Hello. Welcome to another Saturday afternoon live stream with the Noonas. I need to semi-apologize that I'm a little low energy today, but I almost died yesterday. I'm being a little dramatic. I had an incredibly dramatic fall on ice and hit my head really hard, and I kind of have whiplash. So if you're wondering how hard did Natalia fall, she has whiplash, so incredible. But today we're here and we're going to talk about our 12 for 12 challenge and older dramas. And it's going to be super fun.
First, Happy Lunar New Year to anybody who's celebrating.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hey, we did a podcast episode about that.
We did last year. So you should check that out.
My youngest teacher this year taught in Taiwan and China and Korea for 12 years and is married to a Taiwanese woman who has taken their children and gone back home for the holidays, right? So he's home alone. And I said to we're planning to have hot pot tomorrow. And I said, do you want to invite him to come have hot pot? But then I'm panicking because I'm he's had real hot pot.
Listen, it's the thought that counts. What
the heck are you doing?
It's the thought that counts. And I feel like someone getting a free meal that's given with love isn't going to be a dick about it.
That's
Hopefully.
You know.
It's all about being with family and friends.
Yeah.
We had hot pot for my birthday and we invited my godparents, and I love my godparents and they're so lovely, but they are very much rural French Canadians. And they were mystified by this, the whole experience of hot pot. And they were like, so the food is raw. And we're like, yeah, you put it in and it cooks. And they're like
normal food before it.
Yeah, and they're just but it's raw. There's just raw chicken on the table because we have a split hot pot, so we have the vegan side and the non-vegan side. They're just okay,
tell them the grocery store tells me when I go to buy the ingredients, because it's got French and English on it. It calls it fondue. It's fondue ingredients, right? It's Chinese fondue. So just
yeah. No, they listen. As soon as once it got going, it was fine. They were into it, but it was just the moment of what is this?
Hello, Becca.
Yes, hello, Becca. That was my next one. Welcome everyone who's here to come talk the 12 challenge with us, which we made up.
Well, Natalia made it up technically.
Yes, technically.
We all took it.
Yes,
she made it.
Okay, so the timeline of this happening was Jesse said, "I wonder if we should do a drama challenge or something with something fun for the Discord to do that we can all do together." And then I was like, "Yeah, we can." And then I was like, "What do we do?" So then I made up the 12 challenge as it currently exists from that. So it was a collaborative effort. In a way.
And we will say, we'll talk about specific. The whole point of this live stream is talk about specifics, talk kind of about what we picked or whatever. But also, it's just like a template. You can do whatever you want.
want.
As far as
Like-
the rule, like we are not the judges of what
No, it's
what you should put in your challenge for yourself. Like you can do
No.
whatever the
we're
crap
just
you want.
having a good time, and we think everyone should just like have a good time with it.
We just
We're
want
not-
you to like watch more drama.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
we're not, gonna be like, oh, that I don't like the way you set up your challenge. Get out. No, we don't. We're cool, man. We're cool. Like this is just for
And even
fun.
this
There's no
live stream,
prizes.
it's not like we have a format for this live stream. We're just gonna kind of talk about like
nah.
the thing itself
Uh,
and random crap that we want to discuss with it.
Mhm.
That's really it. And
Mhm.
feel free to throw in, titles or talk about what you want to talk about, like anything.
Mhm.
Mhm. So
Mhm.
okay, so basically, I hope you really enjoy this
This PowerPoint.
this PowerPoint that I forgot that I said I would make for this, so made 6 minutes ago. So it's real bare bones. So this is the basic thing that you can download on our Discord and our website,
And Twitter and the
and Twitter,
website.
and wherever. We basically, it comes in like 3 basic formats, but like I only put up 2, which was, this is the dramas. We got one that's movies. They're exactly the same, except the word drama right there is replaced by the word movie.
And she's even got one that's just complete.
Yeah, there's completely blank, so you can
Like-
put whatever you want in it. And then there is a third one, which is for you Instagrammers. For every month, you can put the
Nice.
name and the rating.
Mhm.
We've set this up so nicely for you. So yeah, you can like go to town with that. That's the basic premise. So basically, what I came up with after being tasked the challenge of coming up with a challenge was that I would put every year in the past 12 years from 2011 to 2022, and every month we could watch a drama that we maybe didn't ever watch or never thought to watch or has been on our plan to watch list, but we keep getting distracted by new and more exciting dramas.
Shiny
So
dramas.
yeah, so leading up to last year, and and that's it. You can do it with movies, and I think Jesse's doing it with anime.
I was. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore.
Yeah,
just because I
okay.
don't
Well,
think I have
anime's
time, but
anime's a little intense. Anime's a little
Yeah.
intense. Hey, K-Dragon, welcome. Thank you
Hello.
for coming.
Oh wow, we're on a TV. Guys, we're on TV.
oh gosh.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, yeah, ooh, should have brushed my hair. Oh shit! I just turned on my Cricket. Turn off. Stop it. So basically, that's just what we're going to talk about, the dramas that we picked and stuff. And
So also within that, essentially, you could try to be strict with yourself if you
Mhm.
wanted, if you have the excess time to be
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm really wanting to do like 2011 in January. If you're wanting to like, I really want to finish it
Yes.
before the end of this month.
that's how
or-
I'm doing it. But
Or if you're more of a vibe person, or as far as sometimes you're short on time, sometimes you're longer on for me, I know time changes throughout the year. So like maybe a few times I will maybe try to finish something before the end of the month. Other times I'm gonna maybe vibe wise, I want to go pick this one now, or I just want to get that one done. I just feel like it's
I
cool.
mean, I think for myself, I've even made sure that I'm clear in my brain that I don't actually have to finish the dramas. Like,
it's
My
for
goal
fun.
to like start them, try the
Yeah.
first couple episodes. If I hate it, I'm not going to push through. I'm going to go, well, good. That's off my plan to watch list now, and
Mhm.
I don't have to wonder anymore, right?
Now, I, of course, have taken a different tact where I am definitely doing it month by month, and I'm finishing. If I'm starting that
Very
drama,
militant about it.
y'all better believe unless there's something real atrocious going on.
Mhm.
But
Like,
crap happens. I'm just saying life
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
and if something real atrocious is going on in this drama, I'ma just turn it off
Oh, yeah.
and pick a new drama from that year. Luckily, the 2011 drama that I watched this month was Chef's Kiss. Oh, thank you, thank you. That's very kind of you. I can't laugh too hard. I cannot laugh too hard, ladies. We cannot be too funny today.
Yeah, she messaged me, or I think it was earlier this morning. She was like, I sneezed and I hurt so much.
No, I sneezed and then I knew I was gonna sneeze again, and it hurt so much the first time, and I was like, you could be a big girl, Talia. You can sneeze a second time. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So these lists are what I'm about to pull up here. I just took from our Discord, and I know mine is already outdated, but I couldn't find my updated one. So anyway, let's do 2011. Amanda, what drama did you pick here for 2011?
Oh, White Christmas. We did an episode about it. I started it for that and put it on hold because I just was doing other stuff and kept saying, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it. So I put it in there.
Dear user, she did not get back to it.
No. So now I have gotten back to it. I'm on episode 5 now. I rewatched episode 2 just to get my brain back into the place, right? So I really enjoyed the first 4 episodes. I'm finding the second it's almost 2 different stories. Like, not really, but there's kind of 2 different stories going on, and I'm not as into the second story. But I am enjoying it enough, and I love seeing all the little babies. Like,
they are little babies. They're very little babies. So yes.
They're
baby.
tiny.
And it's so weird because I'm watching a bunch of them in other things right now where they're not babies, and you're like, oh, look at you! You grew up so good.
Oh, it's almost like 12 years passed since this show came out. Jesse, I see here.
I am watching Go Mrs. Go. Oh yeah, he's great in that.
Yeah. Listen, he's living his best life these days. If you know, you know. Moving on.
So I'm watching Go Mrs. Go, which I guess technically ended in 2012, which by my standards would make it a 2012 drama, no matter what, because I'm on the, if you can't watch the entire thing in that year,
it's the next
year. Yeah. But I didn't catch on to that until picking it. So it's a family drama. So it was a little bit longer. I think it's 36 episodes or something.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not terrible by any means. It's been on my list for a very long time because I actually started watching it before this podcast ever was a thing, years before, maybe one of the first things that I watched, because it has Kim Kyu-jung in it, which if you know anything about me, my first K-pop love was SS501, and he was my bias. So that's why I picked it up. And it was on Netflix at that time. So I was slowly watching it because it's not a show that I liked enough to binge or anything, but I was enjoying it and stuff. It also has Luna from FX in it as well. So it's a fun little drama. But then Netflix got rid of it.
Yeah, as they sometimes do.
Nobody else had it. I looked on Viki and nobody else had it. So it's been kind of in the background for a very long time. And so that's why I chose it for this challenge, because I was I'm going to finally find it and watch it. Yeah.
So mine is a lie. So 2011 says E2 Flower because I think I accidentally deleted my updated one. Anyway, I actually had too hard of a time finding reliable videos for this one, which I did pick because it had Yoo Shi-yoon in it, and I do love him. Welcome, Mike. Thank you for listening to us while driving. But I actually went with Scent of a Woman, which I talked about in our last episode, and it is so good, and it's on Viki, and y'all should watch it. It is A+ drama.
One thing you did say about it was it did not feel 2011 with the male lead.
Oh, the male lead! Oh my god! I was expecting, the douchebags, because
in that's 2011.
Let's be honest, in 2011 there was douchebag male leads were a thing, but he was not. He was actually just a nice dude, and I was just oh. This is incredible. But anyway, I do recommend it. A+.
So my pick was the Greatest Love.
Doko
Jin
Jin
is the male lead for that.
Doko Jin.
And he is a douchebag. Like
He is, yeah. He's very much the douchebag lead.
No.
My husband loves this drama though, and I'm with him on it. It's a fun one.
I'm not sure how much I would like recommend it offhand to people like ever, because it's a lot of the female lead character. She just struggles so much. She's like a washed up K-pop like star, all this stuff, and pretty much everyone just always hates her guts throughout the whole thing. Like the public hates her. But that's just hard to watch. It's not like that goes away in the first 2 episodes. That's an ongoing thing. So
That's rough.
Because they think that she sunk the K-pop group, all this stuff. So I enjoyed it because it was nice and dated and ridiculous, and the Doko Jin character is very hammy, like he's good at doing. I was always curious because I liked the whole like, oh, the characters being a star action actor and then a K-pop idol, like a washed up. I wanted to go see all how they handled that. So, yeah, I know that someone actually has it on their list as well. I think Jay possibly on our Discord. So like, I'm not saying don't go watch it. I'm just saying, just know that it's not. It is 2011 vibes. It is definitely heavily. Just be prepared for 2011 vibes. I am done with it. I finished it.
So 2012. So obviously from now on, I don't think we've actually started watching these. If we're going by the
I am
general
not going
outline.
linear, so I have started something. And we
Okay. So for 2012, Amanda chose a real banger. To finally join us.
Yeah.
Join the rest of us. Yeah.
When it showed up on YouTube, I found it, I clicked play on the first episode, and like 2 minutes in, I was like, I don't feel like it right now. I'm going to walk away because I don't want to watch it if I'm not in the right mood. I was in like seriously in like C-drama rom-com land at the time, and I was like, I mean, I know I've been spoiled. I know what was coming, and I was like, I don't want to watch this right now. So, just because there's a thing in the first episode, right? Like, so I was like, so I'll get back to it. So
it's also on Tubi, and it's
back to it.
Shut Up Flower Boy Band or Shut Up and Let's Go, which is literally one of my top dramas. I love it.
One of the best OSTs as well. It's
so good.
And I still need to finish it. Like, I kind of have a secondary list going of like
the backups,
like the things you've watched.
Kind
of
my on holds,
yeah,
that I need to finish. So like, that's on my 2012 list of like, hey. But I'm being super flexible with that. Like,
I've got a second list too, but mine's for movies. So, and I finished my first one. So, yay, sports movies. That's my second list.
I have kind of a second list just because I do tend to drop a little bit more than most people. So I kind of have to if I'm gonna,
It's all one list with all Natalia. Just.
You drop things rarely.
Hey, I dropped something just last week. So
we're just trying to get her.
My drop list is hilariously small. It is. I've been watching dramas for over a decade now, and my drop list has 15 items on it. So, yeah. So, Jessie, for 2012.
Yes. So I am going to attempt the drama I Miss You. I was actually having a really hard time trying to find a 2012 drama because I found that I had watched and dropped a lot of things in that. So, like, my list was kind of very small. I don't know much about the drama. It's definitely like a melodrama. I think the female lead was bullied in school because her father is a murderer, and then
classic,
like, things happen, and then you get a time jump, and like people come together when they're adults, and like, emotions and relationships and trauma and drama all in one. I think it sounds intriguing, so that's kind of why I picked it. So it should be fun.
Sounds good.
For me, I went with The Innocent Man. I don't know anything about it, but the way I chose mine, okay. is I went to my drama list and I pulled up the I love these comments.
Well, you don't know me because that means actually I probably will love it.
Listen, Jesse's braver than the Marines. Don't even worry about it.
I'm a Navy SEAL.
So the way I picked mine was I went and I clicked like to the top shows list, okay, on my drama list, like for the Explore tab. And then I put the year and then I just put South Korea because I decided to just do Korean dramas. And then I kept scrolling until I hit one I hadn't seen. Which is
Which is much the digital version of getting a small list and going like
going even smaller.
A way to do the challenge too.
Yeah.
You could have
So
I guess someone could have picked all like the same letter with the titles.
You can get clever. Make it more difficult for you.
Mhm.
My difficulty was that I don't sleep. I'm unemployed because of my health, and I got a lot of time on my hands. So there's a lot, and I've been watching for a long time. So there's very few that are available legally that I haven't seen. So I won't be innocent man because it was the first one on my list, and we got Song Joong Ki accused of a crime he did not commit. Like it's a I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I'll let you know if it's good next month.
And I mean, that could be something too. I could imagine somebody who has watched a lot of dramas like you have, who maybe is in a drama slump now. And sometimes, the way you get out of a slump is by watching things you liked. So maybe that's your challenge this year. I want to watch some dramas and I'm going to rewatch my favorites from those years.
Yeah.
Get yourself back in the mood. Like,
Sky's really picking some bangers.
Also,
bangers.
The way I picked mine is a lot of these. Some of them were on my on hold as far as like I had watched, possibly up to even half of them. This one I have not seen anything about.
really?
I just know that it's popular. Like that is, I have purposefully not known it, but it's been on my to watch list is very long. The way I went, I went through all the years. I went through my on hold first, and then I went through my to watch, and then just like what felt right, essentially after that. And sometimes it was
she went on
definitely,
vibes.
Definitely, the first row was like, what do I know people have talked about that I've been curious about that I just haven't made time for, essentially. So this Queen Inhyun's Man, I just know it's super popular. That's literally all I know about it.
Like looking at Sky's list, I go, "Oh, she's watching all the dramas I liked when they came out. Ooh, so exciting!"
I mean, considering I started watching dramas in 2018, like going back, and I've watched a fair amount of old ones, but it's a huge backlog for me to try to even go touch the popular ones that.
So if that's you, a smart way of doing this would be like, okay, I know that another person who's been watching dramas for a long time, I tend to like the same dramas as them. What dramas do they like from that year? And go check it out. Yeah, it is. Agreed. It is a good list. It is a good list.
Yeah.
So 2013.
Okay, this one I've actually changed.
Okay.
I got Nail Shop Paris on there, which I did not feel good about. But
was it on your list because I watched it and talked about it this past year? I was just curious.
I can't remember why. It's been on my plan to watch list for a really, really long time. I think because when I first got into drama watching, what I would do is I'd watch something and enjoy it, and then I'd look up everything by that, with that actor in it.
That's how I started
put a bunch
too.
of their stuff on the plan to watch, and then I'd not get around to watching it because there's always new dramas. So, so when I went and hit 2013, the way I filled this out was I went through my plan to watch list, and that was the only 2013 drama on my plan to watch list. But I kind of cheated, and after we did our Drama Gems episode, not that this was one of the ones we talked about, but sort of peripherally, we talked about the Japanese drama Last Cinderella, which is a 2013 drama. And I was like, I do want to watch that. I just never put it on my plan to watch list. So I am going to put it on the plan to watch list. And like my husband, who writes stuff into the grocery list because he's not supposed to buy anything that's not on the grocery list. So he writes stuff in. and then puts it in the cart. So I wrote it in and I put it on my. So now I've changed and I'm going to watch Last Cinderella. So
Good choice. Good choice.
because I feel stronger about that one. So
Jessie had to run for a second, so we'll get back to her when she gets back. 2013, I went with The Winter the Wind Blows. It looks tragic. It looks tragic, and I'm here for it. I love a good tragedy, you know, a nice sad drama.
It seems like it was super popular.
Yeah, oh yeah, like it's like known as being super popular. But I think at the time, here, Jessie's back. At the time, I was like not really into tragedy as much as I am now. So I'm just like,
I think it's interesting how, and everyone is super different. Some people, you know, really, they know their genres like from square one, and they pretty much remain in that. My drama tastes have like expanded so much and changed so much compared to when I started watching. So yeah, like I totally get that.
Oh, Jessie.
Sorry.
That's okay.
No,
Don't worry
fine.
about it. Don't worry about it.
I then like spilled everything. It was a very
It was a tense moment.
tense moment. I was like, and then things were
understandable.
Like, I didn't mean to, guys. I didn't mean to. I just didn't plan ahead. That like in my head, I didn't think 4 would be like dark. I don't know why. This is whatever. I'm back. Okay, so my
It's fine.
2013 pick is Who Are You? It's actually a drama I have on my hold list because I watched the first 4 episodes. So that's why I picked it, because I wanted to get it off my hold list. It is about a detective who can see ghosts, and those ghosts contact her, and she, through that, can go solve their murders.
Love it.
I mean, and then it has tech in it.
Yeah.
So it's like perfect Jessie. I like the first 4 episodes in it. It also has Kim Jae-wook in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So
say it's like a say less, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it's just it just never made time for it. So this is the
I really like that drama. So
yeah,
good call. Sky picking another classic.
My love from another star. Okay, ooh. I'm not gonna like go spend the time. I've gotten. I'm gonna guess 4 to 6 episodes into that a couple few years ago, and it was not my vibe then at all. So I knew I needed to put it away for a while and revisit it when I was ready for that vibe. So I'm definitely, again, my tastes have changed a lot. And especially when I have more watching time, which for instance right now I have more watching time. So I think since I very much know the way the female lead character is and how she is very silly at times, like as long as I know that, I know what I'm getting myself into when I press play on it. Versus I wasn't ready for that when I started watching it as much. So I was like, oh, I need to be used to knowing that whenever I'm watching it.
Yeah, it's squarely not a Jessie drama.
Yeah, no, it's a very goofy drama. My love from the Another Star.
No, I understand why people love it. I think you will probably have a good time with it, Sky.
But like you can imagine if I wasn't ready.
Yeah, if you didn't know about it.
Especially like right at the beginning, if you're like not familiar with like that era of K-drama.
Absolutely.
My love from a star could be very like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
Because to be clear, when I started getting into watching Asian dramas like in 2018, I did watch some older ones, but a lot of the ones that I did watch, okay, not all of them I did watch some silly ones, but some of them were kind of just more on the drama side of things. And so I got used to some of that. If I didn't know that it was like idol based essentially, or like music, I kind of assumed that all the dramas were going to be, it was also when I was watching Goblin and stuff for the first time. So like going from Goblin to like my love from Another Star, like that.
Yeah, that's a jump.
That's a jump in both content and quality right there. Yeah.
So like I was fine with the dated jump. Like that didn't bother me at all about it. But it was
the tonal jumps.
Tonal jump. I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those. I will come back to that when I feel like it. I imagine I like alien stupid stuff. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
So an absolute banger Amanda chose for 2014. Let me tell you, this is another one of Natalia's husband's thumbs up dramas.
Trot Lovers.
Trot Lovers, so good.
I mean, like, look at that cast. It's a great cast, and it's, you know, a great concept, and it's been sitting there for a really long time. So I'm gonna bite.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either, but I plan on someday watching it.
It's fun. It's if you like listening to trot music, oh boy! But like, as very 2014. Just
yeah, I mean, even just looking at the poster, you're like,
yeah, no, like there's some plots that I'm like thinking back to now, and I'm like, yes.
Well, I mean, the one actor whose name is escaping me right now, but like, he does not generally do just
Sunrock.
Yes, Sunrock. Like, he doesn't do normal.
No. He continues that vibe. Just, you know.
Yeah. So you just know there's gonna be some nonsense going on in there because there's some. That's how he rolls.
So
finally, you're finally doing it, Jesse. You're finally doing it.
This is
happening.
Extreme pressure. Okay, so Healer is my 2014 choice. I'm not going to lie to you. I did watch the first 2 episodes very early on.
And it didn't Jesse.
And it didn't Jesse at all. So I'm actually very worried that this will be my first.
This is like Jesse giving into peer pressure.
It's so beloved too. It's like immense pressure. I mean, like, I'm not gonna like sit here and watch it just because everybody loves it. Like the only time I like watch it is if we have to do like an episode on it or whatever. Right. But like, just prepare yourselves that I might not like Healer. And
it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't love Healer either. But
I like Healer a normal
Healer
amount.
And having watched it, the parts that I don't love about it are probably the parts that you will love about it. And vice versa. So there's like a lot of it's like 2 dramas in one kind of. There's
so
like
my Healer stance is I fairly adore Healer.
and I think it's just fine. Okay. You know?
I can totally see how it wouldn't Jesse at all. I will say there's a backstory plot that I don't feel like they visit very early in the show. I do not remember what episode it starts being a thing. I do think that would be the aspect that would maybe interest Jesse a little bit more, but it's still not the bulk of it. But it's usually like the background of things, and I do think that is part of what you
do up a timeline on a scale of Jesse to Sky. How much do you like Healer?
That's a rating scale.
Goldilocks and the 3 Bears of Dramas. Yeah, the Healer scale. You know, how much do you like Healer? It's like Sky's on one hand, Amanda's on the other, and Natalia's squarely in the middle. Where does Jesse go?
Now, I will say, I tried to do a rewatch at the very beginning of the pandemic, and then I didn't finish.
I dream of Panda.
I fairly enjoyed it, but like I wasn't able to finish my rewatch. I got distracted by shiny something else. So like. In the moment when I watched it, I fairly enjoyed it.
Well, it sounds to me that we need to make an episode out of Healer.
It sounds to me like we need to just have constant 12 for 12 updates this year. Like there's a little segment in every episode, like once a month, being like, okay, everyone, how's your 12 for 12 going?
Everyone like has watched the same drama.
Yeah.
There's quite a few on this list that we all have watched, or 3 of us has watched and 1 person has. It'd be fun to kind of be like, okay, now that we had this challenge to make ourselves watch this drama, what do you think?
Right.
So this fella appears a few times on my list. I'm going to be watching Emergency Couple, which I just never saw. It seems like something I'd enjoy. I just never watched it. It's just, you know.
Had it recommended to me by so many people. So
what fella?
What's his name?
What's his name?
What's his name? He's also in Tunnel.
Yeah.
He was in
Okay, looking it
RuPaul.
up.
Yeah, he was in the
You said- I
zombie
figured-
one.
I figured
Oh,
you
really?
Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because
I
you know-
feel the same way back.
listen, my ability to watch some of the most questionable content, like
Mhm.
there has to be something really wrong with a drama for me to not finish it, which is why my drop list only has 15 dramas on it.
It does have Ji
Like,
in it, and she's great.
I do love Ji-Hyo. Yeah, Jesse to Sky Scale yesterday.
Work on it. Get Natalia to do the
Listen,
graphics.
Make that happen.
I can make that happen. Worry not. But
Like, just to echo, I have Healer's OST physically, so
yeah, like
I mean,
she's
it's
a
thing.
feral fan. So yeah, we'll see how I feel about it. I
You know
feel
what?
like
You might actually like it.
I might like it. Who knows? Like I like very questionable things a lot of the time. So
That I have had recommended to me by a lot of people, and I have been warned off of it by a lot of people. Like
it's like it seems like a real polarizing show, and I'm excited to see what's going down. You know. Yeah. So I'll keep you updated in April to Natalia for forgetting what months are which to let you know what I thought of Emergency Couple. Yeah.
I imagine our monthly updates will be in our What We're Watching episode.
Yes, I imagine because they're always at the end of the month. So like
Maybe
So-
we'll do like a half year check-in or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
and we got another Healer fan in chat.
that.
The shooters
Shocking.
for Healer coming out of the woodwork. So
It's okay. That's love. Is
another
what I picked.
banger.
It's so good.
So excited! Oh, can't do
So
that. I
that's why
cannot do
picked
that.
it.
So
that's why I picked
excited!
it. Since you girls were saying it was just so
Oh,
so good. I
it's
was like,
so
okay,
good.
that's
If you like found family,
So
oh
Mhm.
good.
yeah.
But Gonkyu Jit, she landed she's leading two of my
she's
top
appearing multiple
there
times.
you go.
Mhm.
No, yeah, it's okay. That's love. Chef's kiss.
Mhm.
But if you don't like it, you don't like it. Whatever.
Yeah. We'll still like you.
We'll still be friends.
I
Don't
doubt
worry.
that I will dislike
It has
it.
Kwon Soo in it as well.
It does have Kwang Soo in it, and it has what's her
okay.
face
Yeah.
from Shooting Stars and Cheese in the Trap.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's in it.
Yes, her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
who's
so cute.
I don't
That's
remember
another
names.
major person too.
Dio.
Yeah.
Yes, it also has one of my boys. One of my harem is in it. So in 2015, Amanda has wandered into Thailand with a drama that I have definitely seen.
It was one of my early on in watching. I saw clips of this, and one of my first Thai dramas had Push in it.
Yeah.
And so I was like obsessed and like I have to find everything with Push. Could I find it with subtitles? No. I mean, not without
Listen, you go to the deep web, you can
You know?
find a lot of things with subtitles.
so-
Let's be
What are you
honest.
talking about?
here.
We can find them all.
Yeah.
my personal
Believe in your
watch
dreams.
rule is that's how I like narrow things down.
True.
It's available
It
to
is
me,
a filter. It is
Yeah.
a filter.
Exactly, because there is just too much. There's too much. I can't watch it all. So like that's how I'll narrow it down. When I can legally watch it, I will. And I found this, I don't know if it's legal, but it seems legal. So I don't speak Thai, so I don't know. But like whatever. Is it gonna be good? I don't know. Is it gonna be fun? Probably. It's pushed.
Lucy, I'm gonna be honest. Some of these posters do have graphic design is my passion vibes to them. So, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I the Subtar, that poster looks
Yeah,
very, early 2000s, like
let's
90s.
and the show. Listen,
Hey,
it is what it is. Is all I have to say. It's a show. It has handsome man in it.
it does, and like,
And it's
sometimes that's all you need.
it's not very long, so it won't take you very long to watch. So
Or
you know,
it'll take even less time if you end up dropping it.
yeah,
There you
exactly.
go,
It's not like unwatchable. It's just very much 2015 straight GMM TV.
Mhm.
If you know, you know.
And that's also something to keep in mind. Like as far as I think for 3 of us, if we get to watching one of these and we just don't dig it, we're gonna drop it. Like we will drop it.
Yeah.
Natalia will finish it because it's on the challenge.
I'll
Like,
finish it.
unless there is something
It's not even that it's on
Yeah.
the challenge. It's just there.
Listen,
She started it. So
Even if it wasn't on the challenge, I'd probably finish it. I'm encouraging
Natalia
it.
goes and finishes our dramas for
Yeah,
us.
she-
I
Like,
finish
no,
all of them.
I can't-
Be like, all right, guys, I watched all of your dramas for you. Don't worry. So, Jess,
All right. So this is where like I'm trying to combine things for myself to like
Yeah,
make things easier.
smart.
So we do deep dives on the podcast on actors and stuff. And we usually, if you don't know, we try to like watch a lot of their content because of
Mhm.
that. So Mrs. Cop is my choice for this year because of Idahi. And we
Mhm.
just did a deep dive that I couldn't be on because I was sick. Because I literally could not be upright and not like throw up.
yeah.
But I'm about like halfway through it, so this is like my watch for this month.
Mhm.
I really enjoy it. It's like a cop show, but it's not really thriller-esque. So if you're not into like thriller, but also want kind of like an old school K-drama, this has old school K-drama elements, but it has like a good like found family, which normally cop shows do with like, you know, the group of detectives.
Mhm.
There is murder in it because there's like some violent murders, but it's like SBS, so it's all blurred out. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for a cop show that like might be easier for you, this would be the one. But I'm enjoying it so far. Like,
Nice.
so
What did I pick for 25th? Oh, yes. Okay, I went with a horror item here. The Village, Achiara's Secret.
I watched a couple of the episodes.
Don't know anything about it. Just know that it was the first one that came up as I was scrolling. I watched a lot of stuff in 2015, apparently, because I had just, you
2015,
know.
yeah, was a big
I'm
year.
honestly surprised you haven't watched that yet.
I know.
Think, yeah, I feel like it's
I saw it on the poster and I was like, I'm sure. Like,
No,
I could
haven't
swear I've
watched
heard
it.
you talk about
No,
it. so-
wasn't me.
It was
wasn't
me
me.
for the horror episode, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yeah, there's a lot of
Maybe I
surprising
just
things on my list that
assumed
it's like,
because usually whenever one of us mentions something, Natalia's like, "Oh yeah, I watched that." So I just-
listen,
I think
guys.
you'll like it.
Listen, guys. Y'all calling me out on
We're
having
not
no life.
scolding you. We're just actually
like-
stating that's how it goes.
I know. I'm a
Just
mess.
stating your
I'm a mess. So
opinion.
yeah, I like a good horror. So
Yeah.
well, you know, we'll see how that treats us. Oh,
So
speaking of
I
horror,
will say,
so excited for this one.
so I've had like this past couple weeks, I've had some extra free time just because of what stuff. So I even got pretty extra chaotic. Like I randomly picked something up last night. Like I'm doing all types of weird watching stuff. And I saw The Scholar Who Walks Night, and it was eyeballing me. I about clicked play. So that's why
I can
it's
understand.
possible that like sometimes I'm just gonna start something whenever I feel like it. Because
Listen, there's no rules here.
Do
We're
it.
just having a good time.
Yeah.
But also,
Because-
you should definitely watch The Scholar Who Walks at Night. Okay?
But also,
Like,
definitely do it.
listen,
just
I
and
love
by the
that
way,
show.
Does everyone appreciate the fact that I have a vampire show next to a vampire show?
I
Because
like, yes, of course.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you've got quite a few bangers on this list, okay?
I
Like
think we all are.
I
really
am
loving your
very
list.
loving this list. This is a great list.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we're up to 2016. Amanda went for a little bit of a cerebral choice here.
I went with Drama World.
Mhm.
Again, this is one of the early, like, somebody recommended it to me right near the beginning. They're like, oh, you might, like, if you're just getting into dramas, you might dig this because it talks
Mhm.
about a lot of the
Mhm.
tropes and the things that are in dramas. So it's kind of like a primer. And I was like, okay, like, sure. And then I just never did. So I'm
It's
like,
cute.
okay, I'm going to either watch it or get it off my list one way or the other, right? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will say, I think I watched it like way early on in my drama watching, and I don't think
Yeah.
I understood some
Oh.
of the funny jokes.
You know what?
and
This
in-jokes.
Yeah.
definitely like you. If you're not like already a drama watcher, I don't think you
appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some of it was just kind of like the being in a story aspect, which I like.
Mhm.
But
The isekai aspects, yeah.
and of course it was obvious like, okay, some of these are tropes, but as far as like, I don't remember if there was a kimchi slat, but like I definitely didn't know that. Like that's
Yeah,
an
those sort of
example
things.
I wasn't familiar. So I
might be-
thought of revisiting it sometime when it's like,
Yeah, it might be
what's going
interesting
on.
to like rewatch as like someone who now has a good grasp
And
on
I
the
will
old Asian
say
drama
they
world.
made a season 2, but I have not eyeballed
I've never seen it
on a legal site.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
just
weird
came
because
out like last year. I
Yeah.
feel like it was
should be
like
on Viki because they were
because
Viki
'cause
originals, right?
I watched the the premiere press thing,
Mhm.
like an interview, and they were talking about like I watched it live. I watched that live for it. I was pumped for Drama
Yeah.
World
It should
2.
be on a legal site purely because it's technically not an Asian drama. Like
Yeah,
it's
right.
Western drama about a girl who goes into a K-drama land. Like
I want to say it was Vicky. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that.
I'm
I'm just saying
I
it's
don't
weird
know.
that
The
it's not
first one
obvious
was a
that it's
Viki
everywhere.
original,
Mm.
so I would
Unless
have
something
assumed
happened.
Yeah, who knows?
the poster for the second one says Lifetime. That it's a Lifetime series.
You know what? It makes sense
Weird.
as a Lifetime
It
series,
does,
though.
kind of.
I will say, like that. It's like, yeah, I get it.
So Jassy.
So I am picking another one potentially on a deep dive. Maybe you should think about it. Possibly, I don't know. We were gonna do deep dive this person and we didn't. But I've had that like this on my list since then, so I figured I'd throw it on. It's Dear My Friends. It's kind of like a nice little like old people and young people becoming friends, and I think it's just going to be a nice little drama to watch, and especially because I've had it on my list for so long. So even if we don't do the deep dive of the person, I think I'm going to find this enjoyable. It's on Netflix as well, so it's easy. And I figured that this is also possibly something that Netflix might take off soon. I'm not saying it won't because it's been on for a very long time, but like you never know with Netflix.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd just like throw this on.
If it's not a Netflix original, it ain't safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me for 2016, I've never seen Hwarang. I've seen the memes. I've
Have
seen
you
all
ever
the memes.
and you've never even attempted it?
No, I think
You haven't
I like put it on my list and then just I got distracted and
As you do. I mean,
and I love Segooks. I love stupid. I hear that this really marries those two concepts, like Chef's Kiss. It's got a lot of pretty people in it, but I hear it's a little light on the plot, but that's okay. I will apparently make that assessment myself when I, get there. The best part about it is that I am also watching it in June, which is my birthday month. So this is going to be a fun little birthday present for old Natalia, is enjoying Hwarang for the first time. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be fun. I've heard people say they enjoyed watching it, but I've never heard anyone say it's their favorite drama. So I'm like really interested.
I've heard it's, I mean, like definitely, especially with the K-drama chats, like it's the one that people talk about as their like
people in.
First
because
drama,
it had like
K-pop.
the guy from BTS was in it. So like they were like, that's what got me into. So anyway, but like no one, everyone says that's what got me into K-dramas, but no one ever says that's what made me love K-dramas. So we shall see.
It's got a bit of a boys over flowers thing in the community, right? Like it draws people in and they go, okay, and what else can I watch?
Lucy, I've watched, I imagine, far worse things than Hwarang, and that's right. As Lucy and I say to each other, no taste, no shame, baby. Heyo. So
that's one that I dropped when I realized who the second lead was versus the first lead, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
So that shit don't bother me. I'm just like, stew in your tears, friend. Cry harder.
So
another banger.
I might be even halfway through it. Like I just kept. I feel like it would either be a time in life that I'd get busy, or just distracted with new stuff. I don't know, but I think I've even tried to watch it twice. I haven't.
It's got my boy in
I
it.
do that sometimes, especially when it's a show I'm actually really enjoying, and then like life happens or whatever, and I'm like, I just need to.
Sometimes
Also, something I figured out about myself, I think I have an okay memory, but I think with dramas I just don't sometimes, because I'll have recorded on MDL like, oh, I'm to episode 6, so I'll go. Nah,
you'll
I need
remember
to start
absolutely
over.
nothing in this
No.
drama.
Now I will sometimes, like I just did this with the drama that I repicked up yesterday. I sometimes go through like that I know what happened there. I'll skip it as far as, but so Vampire Detective, if I started it right now, I'd have to restart it. Like I remember some stuff like, oh, he was a fun character and it was a good time, but that's literally all there was.
I'm not good like if I'm like talking about the thing, but like as soon as I play like push play, I
You
immediately
remember
remember everything. I just have to like visually see it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this, and this.
Like,
I'm like totally fine. It doesn't matter how many years it's been too.
Yeah.
Like for instance, a drama that I really enjoyed, Sweet Stranger and Me. I remember loving it when I watched it a year or two ago. I could not remember like almost a single thing about it the other day. Like, because I was like, why did I like it so much? And I could not remember. And I'm like, okay, it just means I need to rewatch
like
it.
that with like C-drama rom-coms, because like I was talking to somebody about it and said they're like cotton candy, right? Like you really enjoy it while you're eating it, but then it's gone. And so I'll go through and I'll be like I gave this an 8 and I don't remember anything about it, but I really clearly enjoyed it while I watched it. So all right.
Yeah, I've got over 700 shows on my completed list, and I have ADHD. I don't remember what happens in like if you were to like pick a random show, be like, "What's happened to this?" Chances are I'll be like, "Listen, I watched it." Like I know I watched it, but like y'all
like,
gotta calm down with asking me to remember shit from it.
My anxiety and social anxiety will not let me like remember it in like a good way.
Well,
like Jesse, if I start watching it again, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I remember this one.
So Sweet Stranger and Me is a good example of like, okay, just for me, there's 2 examples: Sweet Stranger and Me, and Because This Is My First Life. These are both dramas that I binged very quickly. I remember them, and I really, really enjoyed. I remember every detail of Because This Is My First Life. I remembered like next to nothing about Sweet Stranger and Me, despite liking it. So I was like, it bugs me that I can't remember why I liked it so much, so I'm rewatching it. It's just funny how memory works.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Wait a minute. Oh, Avengers Social Club, which when it came out was not available
anywhere.
Legally,
yes.
And it is now. So it's been on my list. I'm not sure it's going to me. I'm not usually much of a revenge drama kind of person, but like I've heard a lot of very, very good things about this drama, and I do like a female-centric story, so I'm definitely going to give it a shot.
My TikTok has been pushing people like doing clips of this, so I don't know if it like
it's
came somewhere like or like it showed up somewhere, like you know, like it was on reruns or something, and like so now like people are making like clips. I mean, like so it's like constant clips of it. I'm like, why is this happening?
No, that sometimes happens to me, and I'm just like, what?
That showed up on a legal streaming site. So like, and people were like, it's here. You know, it was like the Office meme. Like people were like, it's happening. Okay.
So I am finally picking up Duel, mostly because that YouTube channel Serial picked it up last year, and last year was a bad year for me in just general. But like, I now am going to watch it, and it has Yang Se-jung in it, who I personally really love. So maybe I might plan this to watch this in the month that Duna comes out, because he's going to be in Duna with Suji. But
you know, I haven't seen Duel either, and I will watch it the same time you watch it.
Okay.
We can watch it together.
It's a thriller, potential sci-fi.
I'm not clones, maybe. I don't know.
I'm not going to search it because I'm not going to spoil myself.
Exactly,
I think it's going to be great. I think this is probably going to be one of my top dramas out of this list, so I'm very excited for it.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. Like People
It's an
like that.
OCN, so it was really
Yeah.
hard to get before. Yeah.
Is he enlisted?
He just came back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's returned to us.
Because I feel like there's been a hole.
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah,
done
and
that.
I think this is
Yeah.
the Duna episode or drama
Okay.
is like his first back. But they've
Sweet.
been the Netflix ones, it's hard because they actually like film them. Like they probably filmed that like
Before
last
he
year
left.
or some year,
Yeah.
you know, like so you don't know time. You're like,
True.
what's going
Yeah.
on?
So for 2017, I never watched Tunnel.
I still haven't watched
No.
Tunnel either.
So I'm
I
gonna
watched
watch.
it.
I'm gonna watch Tunnel.
Nice.
We got some time travel
Mhm.
shenanigans, cop
I think you're gonna
shenanigans
like it.
with old cop face. He has such a cop face. Am I
Mhm.
wrong? Like he's got cop
You're not
face.
wrong. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I know very little about it because I never look up anything. I'm
Don't-
living
I feel
on the
like
edge.
this is another
Living on
one.
the
Don't-
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I liked
You'd be
it, yeah.
surprised at how little I know about the shows I choose to watch. Like,
It's often for the best.
yeah, I don't
Mhm.
listen. I don't need to know the life story of everyone involved in making this show. I'm gonna see it and then decide. Unless there's
Yeah.
someone real shitty in it, please let me know. But
I don't
otherwise, usually I got my fingers on the pulse of the real shitty people
Yeah.
to avoid. So, yeah, Tunnel. It's gonna be fun. Oh.
While you're sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
One of those that I have started twice.
Wow.
I've never watched it. It's probably not Jesse drama. I don't
don't
care
think
I
about it.
love
I
that
think
drama.
This is going to be a Sky drama. This screams
very-
Sky to me.
It's very
So-
much a Sky drama.
I need to come up with like a term that happens. It's just like I'm Not a Robot,
Mm-hmm.
which is squarely a Sky drama, right?
So good.
But it'll take me a couple of starts to like
Mhm.
get going on it or something because I get distracted with like new things or just
Yeah.
life or whatever. So this is an example. I have started it twice. I enjoy it each time.
Now, I will say, this isn't even a spoiler, but While You Were Sleeping has some of the most creative getting around of not being able to show a gun by replacing it with a different weapon that I've ever seen in a drama. And I was shooketh by it. So,
I was just discussing one of the cases the
Yeah.
other day.
yeah, where I literally I remember watching it, and then when something happens, I turned to my husband and said, "That fucked up." Like what they did was like, oh man, but not in like an unwatchable way. And yes,
Mhm.
Becca, you should
Hey.
join us on
Yeah, definitely.
our challenge.
Yeah.
All right.
Twitter, Instagram, Discord, whatever. Like we
What? Yeah, come to the Discord. Come to the Discord. Get in the
We have-
Discord.
so for the Discord, we have like a separate channel just for that. Like
Yeah,
as
just
far
for the
as-
12 for 12. Yeah. 2018. I see some little faces here. What are we watching?
Look at those faces.
Listen, I got old lady eyes, and I gotta pull it up on my phone where I can. Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't see that one either.
It's
No.
Jade Jangum is watching is what it's called, and it's a food drama. It's
Oh, okay.
supposed to be very chill. I remember people watching it like at the time that it was out, and just not that many people watching it, but the people who were watching it were like, I don't understand why everybody's not watching this, because it's the kind of just chill, easy, sweet drama that often people do enjoy. So
Mhm.
I'm like, okay. So
I will say that poster is definitely graphic designed as my
Yeah.
passion. For like
It's a real phoned it in poster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just
I-
slap some faces on it. It's
I
fine.
think there are better posters for it somewhere, but
No,
I
well, I'm
don't
just
know.
sassing it. I'm just
No.
being silly.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
Posters are not a big deal.
listen,
me
to the
honest.
poster, like, they did do, like, some creative masking with the faces to break the frames and
Colors.
stuff. Like, like, the colors are coordinated, so, like,
Yeah.
we can't be too mean to
I'm
this
just
poster
being
designer.
So this
Yeah,
is
that's right. You know, they listen.
what?
They made their money and they went home. I'm not
The
gonna
only-
judge.
The main reason I'm saying it is because it's 2018. Like it
Yeah,
looks
it-
like it looks like a
Yeah.
it looks older.
2006. is what it
Yeah,
looks like.
yeah. So the premise of it is, it imagines how the descendants of the famous Joseon woman doctor and alleged culinary genius Jang Gum, the subject of the famous Saguk, Dae Jang Gum, might live today if they inherited some of her medicinal and culinary talents.
Oh,
So-
didn't you watch that? Was it Best Chicken or whatever? Wasn't it like about this woman or something? Like maybe one of the characters was like a distant relative of it, and that like
It
Yeah.
might,
feel like there
they
was,
might
like,
have
a-
brought that
yeah.
up because I was looking at this and thinking it feels like Best Chicken. Like it feels like it's going to be that kind of a food and just friendship kind
Yeah.
of a story. So
Don't watch while hungry sort of situation.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So that is something that I remember hearing. It's like there was a
Cool.
lot of good food in it. So
Mhm. There you go.
Very fun.
So I picked Miss Sherlock. I really tried to diversify mine so they're not all Korean, but it's just so much easier to find Korean stuff, so it just didn't
Yeah.
happen. But Miss Sherlock has been on my list for a while. I don't intentionally do this, but I like watch like all Sherlock versions. Like, and
Hey.
Japan loves
They do.
Sherlock. There's a ton of different versions, and this I've heard is really good. It is on Hulu, like it's an HBO Hulu thing, so it is pretty accessible. And I just figured now is the time to actually like get it and watch it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's like female cast instead of male,
Yeah.
so
Which is super
heard
fun.
good things.
You know, I read this book, Charlotte Holmes, which is an American book, but has female Sherlock Holmes. Do recommend if anyone's looking for a nice little Sherlock Holmes. It's a wild, takes place at like a boarding school. It's crazy. Anyway, look it up. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, 2018 for me. I'm gonna watch Sky Castle. No, I know. I never watched it.
The world by storm when it
Yeah, I
came
know.
out.
People fucking love
Yeah.
Sky Castle. It looks like rich people being evil and doing evil rich people things. All about evil rich people. Common, you know. Yes, those are the ones. Oh, different Charlotte Holmes. Yes. No. Good call. Yeah, and then like, no, they're really good books. It's like anyway, and it goes like deep. Like she's like on like a bunch of drugs and shit, and then anyway, because like that's like the real Sherlock Holmes did a lot of cocaine, and so she does like party drugs and stuff because she's a teen in a rich person's boarding school, and then John Watson is like her family friend who gets sent to the boarding school. I fucking love it. It's good. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, Sky Castle. Rich people being bad. Gonna
get their kids in school.
Get their kids in school. Gonna. You know, I probably would. Let me just.
Just like write that down.
Yeah, let me just write that down.
Note here.
I was when you started talking about them, I was like, Becca is going to have some things to say about the Lady Sherlock series that she loves because we're in a book club together and I hear about it frequently. So
yeah, so the ones I'm talking about are by Brittany Cavallaro, and the first one's called A Study in Charlotte.
I think I remember. I know, like isn't like the artwork for the covers, like
it's very like
facades of stuff. Yeah, I think I know what.
Yeah, it's like very flat color graphic stuff. Yeah, no, yeah, Study in Charlotte, incredible. But yeah, no, I will add the Sherry Thomas ones to me list. Worry not. But if you like fucked up people being fucked up, Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro, chef's kiss. Solving crimes. Okay. Oh, Sky. Oh, Sky. Sky.
I watched like 4 or 5 episodes of it already. Like I've gotten into it. It's just I think I was watching a lot of dramas at the time, so it just
probably
kinda...
Lucy, assemble. She's going to talk about Guardian right now.
I mean, to be fair, that is like the first year of our podcast. So you were probably watching a lot more than you normally had at that point.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I was. I mean, I'm definitely the past couple years I've been way slower with drama watching, and so now I'm finally kind of stepping back into that. And at least in the winter, I have more time to watch stuff. I get a little bit more busy in like the fall, but and that's why Guardian might be one of those that like I will probably watch before that month rolls around.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
it's an example of one of those that I always mean to pick back up. What's funny is, so there's Guardian, which I know is probably a higher quality and much better show, and even more squarely like because of the supernatural stuff, more of my thing. But I haven't finished it, SCI on YouTube.
Oh,
C-drama, bromance, buddy cop, like
yeah.
really?
Like Guardian.
Like I should have spent my time finishing Guardian when I was spending time randomly watching SCI the past couple
what I love about Guardian is it's like it's a bromance, but like everyone involved in it probably knew the source material and knew they weren't bros, you know.
Well, like even SCI, like as far as I've gotten with it, like all of a sudden it's like if bros are sitting on the couch and one of them's in a Snuggie and like yes, you can be friends doing this, but you could also very much not be friends doing this.
Yeah.
So,
like, you know, there's friends and then there's waiting thousands of years for your friend to be reborn and pining at like that's some real some great friendship. Yeah. That's some real deep platonic friendship right there.
The thing is, I do like
bro wasn't broing.
But for the record, I do like stories where you can have platonic soulmates.
Oh, absolutely.
And I do really enjoy that.
And yeah, I do too. But all I'm saying is, Guardian, they're not platonic soulmates.
Right. Would they have eyes for each other in like episode 4?
Like, when he's like suggestively constantly licking a lollipop and like like
well, then
okay
with his shirt garter situation, like
the fucking arm girders, ooh, stop. I go.
So that would be fun.
Okay.
All right.
2019.
I mean, it's like
it looks like skiing, isn't it?
I
think I saw that on a platform the other day.
Drama called "Hey Pro, My Mountain Girl."
Yeah, it seems like
ski instructors, and you know, I think it's got like a ski lodge that needs help. It's running out of money or something. I don't know, some Hallmark Christmas movie crap. And I'm like, hey, I think when I was looking up like sports stuff for my movie one, this one came up, and I was like, okay, well, I can't. In my movie one, I put Puck in, which is technically a mini series. It's got 2 episodes, but they're like 2 1-hour episodes. I'm calling that a movie, right? I don't think a C-drama you can a full-length, full episode C-drama. I can't pretend. Throw that one over here. We'll see. I mean, it's C-dramas. You never know with those ones. Like sometimes they snag me, and I'm like, watch it all in a week. And other times it's like pulling teeth, and you're like, at some point, I'm going to stop pulling my teeth out because that doesn't make sense. It hurts. I'll stop. We'll see.
So I know that Natalia really likes this.
Love this drama.
So When the Camellia Blooms is my pick, and I actually picked this one because I think it I was on the fence with watching this when it first came out because there's parts of it that I don't think are Jessie, but like parts of it that are. So I could go either way with it, and I figured that this challenge was like the best use of that drama because there is actually like a lot of dramas in 2019 that I could pick as well. So I figured that this would be a good one, especially with the challenge, like to challenge you to watch something different. I mean, like it's not really different in my like normal watching, but I think it has like a feel that I think could not just be Jessie, but like I could also really love it. So
now I will say, like Jessie has a thing where she really hates stupid cops, but in the defense of the stupid cops of the show, he's not stupid at being a cop. He's just stupid. Okay, so like he's just dumb and happened to become a cop.
Like the people who were killed. Like I can't deal with that. Like it really like messes with
Luckily,
me. Like,
that's not really what he investigates. I'm gonna be honest. He's
So,
like a parking
I
cop
get that.
level of cop.
Like, I also like hate when like the cop is stupid, but like the show and the
Yeah.
people in the show like
aren't.
well, they like pretend that he's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and you're like, no, but they are. Like, I would hate to like see these families like have that as their cop. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just that's why I don't like them. I feel really bad for the victims, even though they're fake victims. I feel bad for them.
Yeah, well, he's not big on the brain trust, but he's a very good dude, and he's a very earnest man who's just trying his best.
Listen, I do like, especially when there's some like goofiness or whatever. Like I normally don't like that, but like if there's like endearing qualities to it, that's where I pick up on, and that's why I can, do something that's a little bit more in that realm.
Yeah,
but
I will say the part that I saw, the like kind of bittersweet tone, I feel like that might Jesse.
Yeah.
What I saw of it.
Okay.
I love that show. I just think it's great. I think it was like one of my top 2019 shows. Like when we did like our 2019 like year in review, I was like, come on,
I remember like you talking about it when it was like airing or whatever. So
I remember talking about it at Christmas time when we were recording, and I was in my mom's house and I was sitting next to the Christmas tree talking about when the camellia blooms. Anywho, 2019. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch Love Alarm. I'm gonna be honest, I've not heard great things, but I'm gonna watch it anyway because like that doesn't deter me in any stretch.
I think the concept sounds interesting.
Yeah, and yes, I will do both seasons because.
Okay. I have watched Love Alarm through the eyes of the K-Bay podcast, which I'm sure.
So you've listened to them talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a completely different experience from actually watching it because any of you who have listened to K-Bay know they make everything gay, whether it is gay or not.
Listen,
they find the gay. So
we have that in common. Okay, the subtext is always there if you're willing to look.
Well, Love Alarm also has to be one of those that like if you watched it when it came out. And you were forced into that separation part thing that Netflix did. Like, it might be different than, like, being able to just watch it as a whole. So.
I did see a clip that's going around from the dating show because let's go lesbians. Let's go.
I think I know what you're talking about.
There's some little bisexual lady action happening, which was very shocking for everyone involved.
And is that who? Who's on it, or I don't know.
Listen, I've only seen the TikTok clips.
Be on it. All right,
someday or one day. So I'm going to be watching that way sooner than that month.
I'm so excited. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for someone else to watch it. I love it so much.
And so. I very purposefully like tried to not know anything about it. That's one of those things.
Very good. If you are wanting to watch this show, don't look into it. Also, don't look into anything that anybody's talking about the K-drama remake that's happening because people are spoiling the show left and right. And it's a show that you can get spoiled and you never know what you read was spoiler until you watch it and then
you're like, dang it.
What's dang it? Like there's just so many turns and it's just nice to not be spoiled on this one.
And something that I've realized about myself, and I won't even say that these are even when it comes to the content, and everyone can figure out what content they want to share on social medias or whatever. So, but I feel like sometimes even things that aren't spoilers might make me have certain expectations about a show or make me have something in my, like so I'll go in with a different expectation kind of. And I like just going in mostly empty of expectations if possible. So I can experience the thing without always thinking, well, I saw such and such. When's that going to happen? Like that's often, even if it's not a spoiler, even if it's just a certain headspace that it puts me in. So yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. Okay, followers. Right?
Yes.
That's
I think you're going to love this.
Yeah, so I totally intended to watch it when it came out, and I don't remember why I didn't, but
Well, it was
it's been
2020.
there.
It-
You know, there you go.
enough
Yeah.
said. Enough said.
A lot
Yeah.
of things were happening, so
Because
we didn't have, you know, a lot of watches that were perhaps not, I didn't perceive to be family friendly. When your family is in the house with you 24/7, they kind of got pushed off to the side. So, you know,
That's fair.
see.
So from now on, all of the dramas were pandemic era onward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
These are not different years. It's just the past 2
Yeah.
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say, I think that one is on Netflix.
It is,
Mhm.
yeah.
Right, which I have recently let my subscription lapse.
Oh
so we
no.
shall see
Yeah, it's one
if
of the
that
ones
gets
that like they've
replaced
made
or
like produced for
Yeah.
Netflix. Yeah.
now we might, as a family, decide that we pick it back up, or you know,
I have
I
a
might do it for a
suspicion that
month
you'll
or
wind up
something.
with Netflix again sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looking at
exactly.
the
That's-
upcoming dramas on Netflix
That's
is a
always been our sort of thing, is like, we can't watch enough to have 16 different streaming services. So like, okay, the kids voted and they were like, we just want Disney right now. And I was like, okay. So we got Disney and we got rid of, and we got Amazon Prime. So we're like, okay, we don't need 3 big ones right now. Like, relax. So I'm sure we'll go back to Netflix eventually. So
You could just do like
maybe
a
that'll
month or
be a month.
whatever and then just watch all your Netflix stuff.
One where you can like watch ads for like $6 a month or something. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll pay $6 and watch a bunch of stuff that month and see how annoying the ads are.
Well, and honestly, if you are having to watch your monies too, for people that need to watch monies more closely, if then life is too busy for a few months, it's good to know that really all your subscriptions, some of them, if you need to just jump out for a month and go back in when you have more time sometime, like that's to keep, especially talking to obviously our audience of like, some of us have a lot of different Asian drama streaming services. So sometimes keeping them, if you're not using some of them for quite a while.
She does not.
I'm just talking about, because there have been times that if I get busy for 6 months and I don't touch a couple of my things all that much, like it is kind of a waste of money. Like
That's why
if you're counting your pennies, like that's a thing.
Why I do like month to month a lot, unless I can get it as like a Black Friday day sale for the year. I do month to month because even if it's like more money, I like lapse a lot. It tends to be cheaper as well. And then also if I'm like, oh, I really can't like afford this month, I can just like cut it. Like, yeah.
Listen, the only thing I'm responsible for paying for in this house is my own subscription services. So.
Well, that's probably a lot. Like, it is. It adds up.
It's more than you'd think.
Yeah. All right, so I'm watching The Cursed, which was something I was going to watch when it was airing, but at that time it was my busy time at work, and then I got laid off, so there was no watching The Cursed at all that year, because anything that was in that area, I think I only got through Hospital Playlist. That's the only thing in that time that like I really could watch, especially because it just like reminded me of everything. But The Cursed is now on Netflix. They put it on last year, so it's accessible. It's an OCN drama. It's a horror. I'm really excited about that because they also have a movie and potential second season or whatever. But I'm glad to watch it now.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna watch Flower of Evil, and I know what you're thinking.
This is my second choice in this year.
You haven't watched Flower of Evil yet? And I'm like, listen, 2020 was a year I was living in my coworker's basement. Okay, it was against my will. It was a wild time. Okay, that I moved across the country. Like, it's fine. It has one of my harem members in it, the ever growing harem. And it's got serial killers.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah, I know. Which is why
maybe I'll watch this one while you're watching it too. It's
okay,
my
cool.
like.
We can do a trade. I'll do duel with you.
I do know the ending though. Like I know. That's my only problem with this show is that I do know the twist.
Yeah, I don't
Twitter spoiled it for me.
Yeah, I don't like read anything.
So,
like, it's fine.
I didn't think the person who did it had been tagging, and then they decide at the end of the series to not tag and be detailed. So like I had it was no choice.
You got got.
You got.
You got got.
So I will
mad.
say, Flower of Evil, I love it so much. It's on its rewatch level for me. Like I will probably rewatch.
Oh,
that.
you can join us.
Yeah.
Well, that bodes well, especially with knowing things.
Cobb,
about
you
it.
not a harem. Listen, I've got a polycule going, you know, like an extensive polycule that they don't know they're a part of. You're
Good
watching?
casting.
Yeah.
I did watch a few episodes of that, and I really did enjoy it. But 2020.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Here ya.
Listen.
It is. It's kind of goofy, but it's not like, as far as I saw, it's not like hyper goofy.
No.
It
It's
does
fun.
have tone. It does have tone switches though, because like it's still in the realm of like they have goofy stuff, but at the same time, it's like, oh, my partner was like assassinated. You know, so like some really heavy stuff that you're like, I don't know, pick a tone a little bit, but
It's a fun drama though. Like it really is.
So it seems like a Sky show.
Yeah.
That's why I know I need to pick it back up sometime.
I think it is a Sky drama.
Because I always demand spy shows, so I have to. I'm legally obligated.
It's like Jessie with Japanese dramas on Netflix. She has to watch them. So
So that Netflix knows that we want
They
them.
have to know. Like even if I only watch one episode and I fake it by pushing thumbs up, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I just need to know that I need more J dramas.
So this one is listed on MDL as Casting a Spell to You, but it was more commonly referred to before it came out as Mojito. I think it was a Viki original, although it doesn't really say that on MDL, but I seem to recall that being when it was first came out or first talked about. It kind of, if you go through the cast list, like it almost looks like it's another one of those like White Christmas Crew kind of, because it's got Sung Joon and it's got Baek Sun and you know, it's got a good crowd of kids in there. And it's, I mean, the premise, if you read the reviews and stuff, people are like, it's not doing anything new, but it's watchable. And I'm like, all right, sounds good to me.
Not everything has to be groundbreaking, you know. Sometimes it can just be fun. It's fine.
You have to have your favorite every time you watch.
It's like a spoiled young man comes home after hearing that his wealthy grandfather died. He expects a large inheritance, but all he gets is an old building full of books. Which, I mean, okay.
Sounds fun to me.
Good to me. Yeah. So he decides to turn it into basically a bar, but it's like a day drinking bar. So it's like a library bar. I don't know, which also
that sounds great to me.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then he like hires somebody from culinary school who, I don't, you know, like, it doesn't matter. It's drinking in a bar and like in a library bar. I don't know. It sounds fun. So we're going to give that one a go. See how it is.
All right. So The Devil Judge is my pick. And it's purely because Natalia told me to. And it was like a throwaway. I didn't want to have to narrow down my 20.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So I had like a lot of like things I could have picked. And then I was like, Natalia told me to watch this. So.
No, Devil Judge is sick as hell. You're going to love it. Fucking Devil Judge. Devil Judge though. Devil Judge.
I'm excited.
This is Devil Judge is another one where it's like, it's a great, tense, you know, mystery, revenge, blah, 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 having all the fun. But also it's also it's like they were bros. Like I feel like the script they got, I've said this before, the script they got and the script that Ji-sung decided to act in were two wildly different scripts. Because he's like, I could just do this scene normally, or I could do it lounging in my underwear for apropos of nothing and then just be really intense and like stand really close, just really close to this dude. Anyway, but that's not even the best part. Like the best part's the rest of it. Like that's just an added bonus is him being unhinged. No, Katie, they were the main couple, okay? Like, girls who get it, get it. Girls who don't get it, don't get it. Yeah, no, it's incredible. It's
Cool.
Everyone should watch The Devil Judge. It's great. Yeah, listen, Keanu, Ji-sung and Jin-young were on our side, okay? The girlies won on this one. I'm gonna watch Nevertheless, which I hear is unhinged in a very different way.
Yeah.
This wasn't really like one that was on my list, but as I said, the way I constructed my challenge was I literally just scrolled and the first one I hadn't watched.
There you go.
It's the one I'm gonna watch. It looks messed up. And it looks like red flags. Everyone's a red flag, baby. Yeah. So
yeah, that's pretty much all I've heard of it. It's pretty people and red flags.
Just red flags. Just everyone's
pretty red flags walking around.
Yeah, just listen.
I think there's butterfly tattoos or something.
Yeah,
like butterflies. So.
Her name is Nabi, which is butterfly, I think, and then he has a butterfly tattoo or something. Anyway, I don't know. I've heard that the watchword is therapy needed. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
It's better to know that going in.
Yeah, like you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm about to watch a rom-com, and then you're like, oh no, I'm about to watch psychopaths be psychopaths. Okay, like Sociopath Central. Yes.
Vincenzo.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
I think I have watched an episode or two of it, but pandemic.
I'm literally rewatching it right now.
So.
I'm like watching it for like the fourth time right now.
A roller coaster, but it's a lot of fun.
It's a wild show.
I feel like it skies though.
Oh, it absolutely.
I think it does. Yeah.
It
absolutely
skies.
He's
so good at it.
Good.
Everyone in it is excellent.
Yeah. This is actually one of the best for like all the people involved. Yeah.
Like a ensemble cast is unreal in this show.
I feel like some years you unintentionally do a themed year of like, oh, I'm watching a lot of law dramas or something. I feel like revenge dramas is starting to be my thing this year.
There you go.
There you go. Because definitely I watched a couple.
What I love about Vincenzo is it doesn't actually start as a revenge drama. Like he's forced into a revenge drama against his will. And I really just like that for him as a person, where he's just like, well, now I'm here, I guess. Like, damn it, I have to get revenge for all these people for my own aims.
I feel like you could probably do, maybe not a 12 in 12 years necessarily, but you could probably do a 12-thing challenge of just Song Joong doing revenge dramas. Like,
probably.
Listen, he's got a type.
Solid, like, hold on that world.
All right. Finally, 2022. I think it's
called
sports.
Yes, it is.
Hockey?
Curling.
Okay, I was like, they're holding sticks.
Yep, it's called Curling Girls. It's a C drama. It's only 16 episodes long, so that's pretty short for a C drama.
Interesting that it's a Chinese drama. Like, if someone were to ask me, there's an Asian drama that's curling, which country did it come from? I would have automatically been like Korea, because they had such a successful curling team. I would have just figured.
Wildly surprised because the women's curling team was so popular during those Olympics. I thought the next year we were going to see a slew of curling dramas.
Yeah.
And stuff. I mean, and it didn't happen. And it was like, oh, okay. All right. So, I mean, it's a sports drama about curling. Like, when women's curling team about to be disbanded in need of new players to join okay. I will say I'm a little concerned because one of these girls appears to be wearing cornrows in the poster.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, those sporty braids that happen. It happens a lot with like female martial arts people too.
Well, and it probably means that she's like, the rough and tumble one or something,
Well, you'll find out. Hey-o.
But, it again, I couldn't.
You can always drop it if you need to.
I can always drop it. So,
yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, Lucy.
Like, are French braids that hard, everyone? Are they?
Apparently.
Are they? They're really not that difficult.
I thought like everybody could do it in middle school, but like,
Like, apparently not. Yeah.
I will say I still cannot do French braids, but
It's
that is
okay.
not an excuse to
It is
do
okay.
things that are weird.
It's
default
no,
isn't to do
it's also
cornrows.
cornrows are more difficult to do than
Right.
French braids, which
Yeah.
is the confusing part about all of this.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's like they're not made for that hair texture. They're more difficult to do.
They
and
take
then
longer.
they take way longer.
They
And
hurt your
then
fingers. Like,
yeah, they hurt your fingers, they hurt your scalp, and then you
But
get
much less all the other
rightfully
problems.
roasted for it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's just like
No.
just
not worth it.
yeah, worth it.
Not worth
So
it.
hopefully
Not
it's
worth
something
it.
like the terrible locks in I mean, to be honest, I want to say dreads because they
I
were
do
freaking
not-
dreadful. But like,
I do
in
not see
Birdie
it.
Bunny, and you're like, and then they're gone. Like they're there
Mhm.
for like an episode and a half, and then they're gone, and you never see them again. So maybe,
Hopeful.
hopefully,
Or maybe it's just a bad picture. Maybe it is French braids. We don't know. We don't know. Fingers crossed.
True. So I am rounding out this challenge with the Taiwanese drama Shards of Her. It came out towards the end of last year, so I had it on my list, so that's kind of why I picked it up. I will say I haven't watched anything about it, but if you are like, oh, that looks interesting because the main character girl, the actress, has been in other things, and I know that people really like her. There is a lot of like trigger warnings in this. There's like sexual assault, and it's about like the trauma of that. So it's like probably not going to be for everyone. Just be aware.
that
There
out
might have been
Yeah.
other trauma warnings on the other things, but I don't know. I do know about this, so it looks interesting, and I have heard good things about it. Not a lot of people have watched it though, or at least on my list, but look good.
I'm gonna watch 25-21.
Another decisive like
right.
big one.
Yeah. I just
Impressive.
didn't think it. Yeah, very divisive. But as I said, the way that I picked my dramas, this was
Yeah.
the one. This
There
was
you
the
go.
one. So
I have a feeling that I
know
would like this
anybody
show.
who didn't love it. Like everybody I know who
They
watched
hated that
loved
ending
it,
though.
but listen,
Yeah, a lot
I
of
love
people were-
a good ending that you don't expect.
I do
Okay,
too. I love
don't-
that.
I mean, I haven't looked into it too much. I only watched about the first 10 minutes of the first episode and thought, no, I am not going to enjoy the way this goes. And from what I've seen of people being surprised by the ending, I'm like, that feels like exactly the ending they set up in those first 10 minutes. So I don't know what your problem
Yeah.
is. But
I think
okay.
people let their hopefulness take over
Yeah,
the
I
reality.
think
So,
Yep.
but listen, I never have any expectation for anything
Yeah.
I watch. I'm just like, who knows? It be what it be. But sometimes I do get bummed out by endings, but never. I already know how this one ends. I don't think I'm gonna be bummed out by this. I'd be like, this makes sense.
Mhm.
But yeah.
My liberation notes or diary or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Cool. I
So
enjoyed that.
That's on my
That-
list, but it's not
that's-
my challenge.
probably one that I likely won't wait until December to pick up.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Just be, they'll probably be just tonally at some point in the year. I'll likely just pick it up some other time, just because I don't know. I
Mhm.
mean, unless it
Yeah,
just stays there
it's
and
a
I'm busy with
very-
other stuff.
Kind of mood, kind of like it's
If you're-
very.
If you're a
really
moody
loved what
watcher, and I
liked
am a moody
when I
Yeah.
watched of it.
I really liked it.
Me too.
It's just one of my carrying over things that I'm like halfway through that I need to finish.
It's very like slice of life. So if you don't like slice of life stuff,
That's
you're
true.
probably
Yeah.
this is another like girls who get it like vibe. Like if you're already on the slice of life train, you're
Mhm.
gonna really like my liberation notes. If you have never watched
Don't
Slice
like
of
that.
Life, or you don't understand Slice of Life, or you don't like Slice of Life, you're probably gonna be like, this is the most boring show I've ever
Mhm.
watched. But if you're all about that slice of life,
Slice of life.
I will say for me, like 2018 onward for this challenge, I actually have still a lot that I need to either re-pick
Mhm.
back up, or there's still a heck ton.
Yeah.
yeah.
But what was nice about this challenge is make me look at the old, the older stuff, kind of make
Mhm.
sure that I try to pick it up this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yeah.
does anybody that in the chat, does anybody have anything that they're looking forward to watching or have any questions about the challenge or anything? I know that we've gone kind of long, but we were wanting to talk about the stuff that we picked and why.
Like, even if you're not doing the challenge, I'm sure you got something out of it, like maybe some dramas that you might pick up.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like these are like dramas that it's like, it's not like you've never heard of them, but you sort of forgot that they existed. And then it's just like, oh, right, I should finally watch that.
Or finish it.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're like sitting here waiting for anyone, if anyone has any questions or anything, we could bring this up here at the bottom. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, Sky and I will be back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. for another live stream where we's gonna be talking about Alchemy of Souls. That's right. We're gonna be talking.
I have a large poster over there that you guys can't see. I might use that as my background.
Sky's show.
Yeah. We are gonna be watching Alchemy of Souls on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Corn Time.
We will be spoilering.
Yes,
I'm just
there will
straight up gonna say that.
Yeah, there will be spoilers for both seasons of it. So if you want to come on Wednesday, make sure to finish the show before then. Or if you don't really care about spoilers,
ready,
come
set,
anyway.
go. There's 30 episodes and they're long. So
yeah, we have Sky and I had like a fun little thing because I was watching the second season and then I watched it all in one day and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna binge. And she didn't realize I'd already seen the first season back when it first aired, so she thought I was gonna watch all of it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like binge it tomorrow. And she's like, that's not enough time. Like
literally
not enough
30 hours. Like you cannot do it in one day. And I was like, just doing the second season. She's like, what, you saw the first one? I'm like, yeah, I watched it back like when it first dropped. What are we talking about? Like,
oh, you think I can? I'll watch this.
Listen, I will bend space-time and continue to watch it. You no one tells me what to do.
Telling in a corner.
Right.
So Katie needs to finish Guardian.
Well, there you go. That's your pick for that year.
It's pretty long, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
That's probably why, if it had been more like a 12 episoder, I wonder if I would have been able to just
go through it.
It's
I tried to when I was picking my drama.
Yeah, it's 40 episodes long.
Not pick any weekenders, not pick any C dramas that are like 40 episodes long, because I was like, that's a lot to like push through if you're kind of on the fence about it.
Yeah. Lucy, you should finish Alchemy of Souls before Wednesday, so you can come hang out with us and talk about Alchemy of Souls. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time.
I'll try. No, I can't.
And then the week after that, on Monday, we have our What's Coming Up in February live stream.
Right.
So
yeah,
already.
How? I don't know. I don't know.
February. I don't know.
Anyways, well, listen, it's 40 episodes. That's understandable, Katie. Yeah, that's true. You also don't. Lucy and I are of a similar mind where we really don't care about. We're just like, listen, it's not going to stop me from watching it. Lucy and I, no taste, no shame, no care of spoilers. That's our TV watching.
But still, in general, don't do spoilers for.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not nice.
Think about the others.
Think about it.
Because it was even me on Tumblr when I was going to Tumblr's
the worst. I can't be on Tumblr. It's spoilers.
Gift sets. So after Alchemy of Souls was done and there was a lot of pretty, I was like, I can only hit the button on things that aren't spoilers.
Yeah, like gifts are fine, but even then, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not.
Not in my drama watching. A gift could be of someone in a pool of blood, and I'm like, oh god, they're the one
they obviously have evil face suddenly when they've been happy face.
You're like
the first half, it's like, well, now you just told me they're the bad guy without telling me that.
You know what? Oftentimes, though, I figure, you can figure out who the bad guy is pretty quick. quick.
It's true.
It's like, oh, their name's Bad Guy McKillington. Oh, I wonder what their role is. Oh, they're dressed in all black. Interesting. Oh,
Also,
weird.
I was watching the Game Changers YouTube channel for Emergency Declaration, the cast of Emergency Declaration. And so it's kind of funny. It's obvious, I have not watched it yet, and I'm not going to give a spoiler, but MC Wan's character is questionably maybe on the darker side of things. And he was like, I think it's not a spoiler. And he just started talking, and he got bleeped out the whole thing, and the director was like, yeah, that was too much.
All right, Tom Holland, calm down here.
But in general, I was like, but even the clips they were showing of his character, it was like, it's pretty obvious. I mean, okay, I don't really...
And I think sometimes, like, that won't be a problem for me, but, like, sometimes if it's something that people have been like, oh, it's coming, it's a big spoiler, it's a big, right? And then you get spoiled on it. Sometimes for me, if I've just been kind of, like, on the fence, walking the line on the drama, I'm like, oh, okay, I know now. And so then I can, like, drop it and walk away because I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't... It's not that I've been spoiled, so like now I can't watch it. It's that okay, now I know how the story ends, so I don't have to watch it anymore. Like I don't feel that.
But should you really ever feel like that about your drama watching? Well, no, it should never be a have to.
But sometimes the story is so compelling, like you're maybe not enjoying it, but you stick with it because you're like, okay, but I just really need to know how this ends. But then sometimes I just go, I know people who've watched this. I could just ask.
But like, there are those like Jesse, and I'm kind of more on the spectrum of like, if I get spoiled on something, especially if it is more of a thriller or something with a twist.
If it's a rom-com, I know who's gonna be. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, it's like,
they end up together.
That's the second lead. Okay.
Like, yeah. I don't live like in a watching world where like spoilers are like detrimental to what I watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's part of the writing. Like like. Thrillers and stuff like that's part of the thing is to like not be questioning everything and then having reveals and stuff. But
it would be like, and I haven't seen the end of Grid, so I literally have nothing to say. But it would be like somebody giving the end of Grid. The whole point of Grid is not knowing what the crap is going on. Like that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of me. Yeah,
dude, if I don't like it, I'm out. I'm like, bye.
a lot of times for me, it's just even if I have a lot of drama watching time in that moment, like if something's just not vibing, or if I don't, if my attention is elsewhere, like I'll just put that on hold quite often.
Yeah, that's my on hold.
That's why my on hold is massive. So
yeah, I do that as well. Because I'm a mood watcher, but like not. Like,
you have your genres for sure.
And that if I'm doing okay mentally, I can watch things. If I'm not, I can't watch things.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what I watch in that mood. Like if I'm like sad, I could watch sad things and be fine. Like that's not the type of mood watcher I'm in. It doesn't matter at like that point.
Yep.
Yeah. Well. I just have a compulsion to finish everything, so but dropping things is very hard for me mentally.
But not really. But not if something is like actually objectionable.
No, if something is like okay, like the one I recently dropped, it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying the show. It was because suddenly the show took a very fucked up turn that was
not for you.
Not for me. Not for me, just
Or sometimes it also becomes, if you figure out that one of the actors is trash in real life. Like
that was one of there's one of my drop list, two of my drop lists because of that. But no.
Man, that sucks, especially when you're like enjoying something.
Yeah,
like
going through the plan to watch list where it was like stuff that had been put on the list, years ago. And you're going through and you're like, oh no, we're not watching that one.
Yeah.
Off. No.
I wish there was a trigger warning on that. Like the trigger warning is this person's in this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like people who are not like in the first 4 or 8 or whatever. So it's like you're not sitting there like going such a deep dive into like all these dramas that you're spending, you know, a few minutes on them. Like you're kind of just doing like a overall scroll. Okay, this looks good. Watch it, and then you miss these people because they're on the second page or something. You're like,
I will say props to the people in the comments so far on all you know, all those dramas that trash dude is in.
Yeah.
What's his face? The one that's in
the old guy,
Hyena and everything else.
The
Sense8.
The pedophile,
Sense8,
it
I
drives.
will still watch Sense8, but oh my gosh, I wish he wasn't in it.
I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the Wachowskis knew his deal when they made Sense8.
But if you look at the comments of anything he's been like recently casted in, everyone's like, "Oh no!" Like that. Like, And
the
so
vibes.
like, what do you mean? And they'll
immaculate.
be like, "Here," like they're giving them all. I'm like,
be like, "No, my boy, my guy is gross." Yeah. Anyway, thank you for coming to this live stream. We'll see you on Wednesday. Hopefully, we hope you had a good time. And maybe you should come join us on the 12 for 12 channel on our Discord, where we can have fun. Just the rest of
if you have any like
also fun
questions or like help in deciding on stuff, I think that's the best place to go to.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're having issues figuring out how to like get on Discord and stuff, you can always message us on our other things or even email. Like we'll hook you up. Whatever avenue you need, just let us know. So
we're all about that Discord life. Anyway, thank you for coming. Bye. Oh, Lucy. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
Yay.
All right. Anyway,
make sure to subscribe.
Yep. If you like, subscribe. Tell your friends.
New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year. Tell all of your drama and K-pop friends that they should listen to us. You know,
please,
because we're fun. We're fun and good vibes. Anyway, also everyone who lives somewhere where it's winter, learn from me. Please step carefully on ice so you don't fall, crack your head, and get whiplash.
And everybody, please wear a mask. Oh
yes, please. We want you to live.
Please.
Choose life, friends. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.